All right, let's be real. Life is hard and personal growth is messy, and therapy, amazing but expensive. So, if you found yourself trying to self diagnose through memes, journaling just to roast yourself later, or convincing yourself that retail therapy counts as actual therapy, welcome. You're in the right place. Hello, my name is Mercy, and I've already overthought at least three different things before even recording this. So if you're someone who replays embarrassing moments from a decade ago or overanalyzes a simple LOL in a text, congratulations, you found your people. This podcast is all about the messy journey of self improvement, mental health, and relationships because let's be honest, personal growth feels like assembling IKEA furniture. Confusing, frustrating, and somehow there's always extra pieces left over. So, what to expect here? Every episode we'll be having relatable, lighthearted conversations about life struggles, the ones that make you laugh, and do both at the same time. Funny but actual useful self growth tips. Because if we're going to work on ourselves, might as well have fun doing it, right? And a space for people who don't have it all figured out, which, let's be honest, it's all of us. Now, I am not a therapist, but I am someone who has full on debates with myself in the shower, dramatically rethinking every decision I have ever made, and definitely Googled why am I like this more times than I would like to admit. So grab your coffee, tea, and existential crisis, and let's talk about it. Why we need therapy, but DIY it instead. Therapy. It's great, right? If you can go, go. The idea of having someone sit across from you, listening to your problems and help you sort through the chaos, dream scenario. But let's be real, it's not always that simple. Problem number one is therapy is too expensive. Some sessions cost as much as my entire grocery budget, and yet somehow, after paying all that money, I still leave wondering if I said too much or not enough. And let's not get into the insurance. Some plans cover therapy, some don't. Some have a mental health section that sounds promising until you realize they only cover 5 sessions per year, which is not enough time for me to unpack all my childhood trauma. Problem number two, finding the right therapist is like dating. You have to click with them, and that takes time. But instead of worrying if they're going to text you back, you're over analyzing if they secretly think that you're beyond repair. And let's just be real. Sometimes you just don't vibe with them. And it's like going on a first date where everything feels off and they ask, how are you doing? And you lie and say good, even though you're literally paying them not to believe that. And then there's that awkward breakup process where you don't want to ghost them, but also you just don't want to have to explain for 50 minutes why it's not working out. Problem number three, not everyone grows up with therapy as an option. Depending on how you grew up, therapy might not be even a thing. Some of us were raised with pray on it and you'll be fine, and that was the only mental health strategy available. Or if you did mention that you were feeling off, you'd get hit with something like, you have a roof over your head and food on the table, and what do you have to be sad about? Which, sure, love that gratitude reminder, but also that doesn't magically erase anxiety. So, for those of us who want therapy but can't always get it, we turn to our own alternative coping methods, some good, some questionable, all relatable. The reality is that we're all winging it. The funny thing is, no one really knows what they're doing. You ever look around and think, wow, everyone seems to have it together. And then you realize social media is just a giant highlight reel, and most of us are out here surviving on caffeine and vibes. Self improvement is mostly trial and error. One day I'm drinking green juice and journaling. The next day I'm eating leftover cake for breakfast and pretending my emails don't exist. Balance, right? We try so hard to be that person, the one who wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning, meditates, and has their life together. But most of us are just out here winging it. And somehow the ones who seem the most put together are usually the ones that have the three planners and are still missing appointments. We all have our own versions of DIY therapy. Overanalyzing text therapy, going on a walk and pretending you're in a dramatic movie therapy, buying self help books that you read 3 pages and never finish, and also therapy. It is definitely okay to be a work in progress. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's to laugh at the mess and keep going. And honestly, if screaming into a pillow and taking unnecessary long showers and ranting to your best friend helps, then that's valid. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to make it through life and with as little emotional damage as possible. So if your version of therapy is impulse buying a candle that smells like inner peace, go for it. So, until therapy becomes free or we magically unlock the secret of life, let's talk about the ways that we try to figure it out because we're all in this together. At the end of the day, life is weird and people are weird and we're just doing our best. Some days we crush it and other days we just stare at our to do list like it personally offended us, and that's okay. If there's one thing to take away from this is that you're not alone in this chaos and we're all trying to figure this out one awkward moment at a time. And if nothing else, at least we can laugh about this together. If this episode made you laugh, relate, or question your life choices, hit the subscribe button and let me know. What's your go to DIY therapy trick? Journaling, crying in the shower, aggressively cleaning the kitchen at 11 p.m.? I want to hear it. All right, that's it for today. Until next time, take care of yourself, or at least try. See ya.